In this video, we're going to cover 6 of the best questions you can ask an interviewer to stand out from the competition. Let's get started. What's up? My name's Drew and welcome to another video. On this channel, we talk about leadership, career, and personal development advice to help you get one step closer to your personal and professional goals. If you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications so you can stay up to date in everything we're doing on the channel. All right, at the end of most interviews, the interviewer is going to ask you a question. Do you have any questions for me? You should look at this question as your chance to make a strong connection with the interviewer and to learn about the values of the company and its leadership. In this video, I'm going to be breaking it up into 3 categories: culture, performance, and follow-up. I'll be giving you 2 examples for each category so that you can choose the best question for you to ask in your interview. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video though, because I'm going to be giving you 2 bonus questions that you should not ask in your interview. Otherwise, you could ruin your chances of landing the job. Now, it is extremely important that you come to an interview with 3 to 4 questions prepared, but you ask at least a minimum of 2. The reason that you come prepared with more than just 2 questions is because some of your questions may be answered during the interview process, and you still want to use this opportunity to have the interviewer open up to you by asking them questions. After all, we should not be looking at an interview as just a question and answer format. We're trying to find out if the company is the right fit for us just as much as the company's trying to find out if we're the right fit for them. All right, before we get started, in the comments below, let me know if you've ever asked a question in an interview that's helped you make a decision if the company was not the right fit for you, or it's helped you get the job. Let us know so maybe someone else in the community can use your question in their interview to help them make a better decision. So the first category of questions is culture. We ask these questions to try to find out how the interviewer and the company view themselves. We want to know how they describe their culture to see if that's somewhere that we want to work. We also want to give the interviewer a chance to go ahead and express themselves so we can kind of get to know them better. First question to ask in this category: what do you like most about working for this company? What we're looking for here is excitement. We want to know if their ideas towards their company align with where we want to go in our career. We also want to see if we can create a bond with the interviewer and find common ground so that we can extend the conversation, have the interview last a little bit longer, and really create that connection. The next question you can ask is, what is the greatest accomplishment you and your team has had? I like this question because it gives the interviewer a chance to express pride in themselves and in their team, so that you can see if they are a leader that looks at themselves as connected to the team or if they view themselves separate. You then will have to make a decision if this is the right company for you based off of their involvement and their view of their team. If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and hit that like button, share with a friend that could find value in what questions to ask their interviewer. The second category we're going to talk about is performance. We ask these questions so we know what the company and the interviewer's expectations are outside of the job description. It gives us insight into what we can expect to be held accountable for and what it would look like to be a standout employee. First question example: what does a top performer look like in this company? We ask this question for 2 reasons. 1, we want to show initiative and desire to become a top performer. And 2, we want to know how the company views what a top performer is. This gives the interviewer the insight into our intentions to be a top performer and lets us prepare to be able to deliver. But it also lets us see if the expectations align with our core values. Now, if they come back and say that a top performer works 60 hours a week and doesn't sleep, does that align with what you're expecting out of this job? If it doesn't, maybe this isn't the right fit for you. The next question in the performance category is, what would you like to see me accomplish in the next 6 months? We ask this question because not all duties and responsibilities are laid out in a job description. We want to know what is expected of us, all the duties, all the responsibilities that we are going to be in charge of, so that we can make sure that it aligns with what our expectations are of the job. If it doesn't align with you, maybe that's not the right job for you. So last category of questions is follow-up. Now, we usually ask these questions at the end of an interview. It helps us understand how the interview went in the eyes of the interviewer and what we can look forward to moving forward. Now, I do caution you, don't use these questions if you don't know if the interview went well, because they can kind of come off a little desperate. So you want to be careful on when to use these, but if you think you made a strong connection with the interviewer, these are some pretty good questions to ask. So to start, the first question you can ask is there anything I've said that makes you doubt that I'd be a great fit for the role? Use this question when you feel the interview has gone extremely well. This gives you a chance that if they do have any hesitations, you can justify why you are the best fit for this role. Beware of this question though, because it can bring up thoughts of how you actually don't really fit into what they're looking for in this role. So use it wisely. The next question is, what are the next steps in the interview process? We ask this so that we know if there's another interview or what the timeline is so that we can be proactive to reach back out if we need to. It also shows that you're eager to get started, but you do know there might be other candidates or additional steps that need to be considered. All right, as promised, there's 2 questions I'm gonna share that you should not ask your interviewer. These questions can really make a negative impact in an interview and should be avoided. The first question to not ask is anything that can be found on the internet. You want to be looking up the mission statement, the products to sell, the history before even going to the interview. By asking these questions, it shows a total lack of preparation and a total lack of care. Check out my video on how to prepare for an interview for more information of what you should be doing before you even go to an interview. The next question that you should avoid asking at a job interview is about pay and benefits. Now, as I know this is an important question, it doesn't resonate well with your interviewer. Save this question for when they commit more to you. When they actually offer you a job or you go back to a second interview, that's a better time to ask. All right, so the whole point of you asking questions in an interview is so that you and your interviewer can get to know each other better. It also is there so that you can make sure that your expectations and the interviewer's expectations are aligned for the job that you're interviewing for. All right, if you really want to make a major impression in your next interview, make sure you check out my video, How to Make a Good First Impression in a Job Interview. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you can stay informed to everything we're doing on the channel. Have a good day.